Radhika Sivsankar. I'm an illustrator based out of Bombay.
Radhika, what it's like to be an illustrator for you?
I feel like as a career, illustration can be like incredibly rewarding. And like, I know for the fact that we shouldn't confuse the feeling of drawing for yourself with the feeling of making money out of it. Because like you shouldn't mix, doing it for yourself and doing it for a job. So you should keep that completely apart because that's very important to have that line. And I feel like for me it's like a mix of feelings and mix of moments, because someday it's amazing, like you live the dream, you paint and you draw every day, but like on other days, like you have a client who is like not aligning with your ideas or your stuff, and then sometimes you have a creative block, and like all of those things, like sometimes you do a work on a project for like months and then like it's either cancelled or it's shelved, and that you can't do anything about it. So but I know for the fact that the good moments far outweigh the bad. So that way I feel like I'm happy that way.
Okay.
And it's not like a 9 to 5 job for me. It's like I'm constantly ideating and executing. Like currently I'm not a freelance illustrator,
Yeah.
but I do dabble in both. Like I have a full-time job, but sometimes like on weekends I either draw for myself or I do a freelance job. And so it's not like a 9 to 5 job for me. I feel like I'm constantly ideating, constantly executing, if it's either for me or like for someone else.
So, who is an illustrator according to you?
I feel like an illustrator is, on a basic level, is an artist who creates 2D images and 2D art for different industries, like the fashion industry, for children books, for magazines, websites, and in different parts of advertising. So we use like a lot of different techniques to create different effects, like as simple as something that's black and white, or something with color, or we use light and shadow. So like an artist kind of uses all these techniques to make art. And illustration is an amazing tool for communication, because words can explain something to you that an illustration can show you and make you feel something. So you know how you say a picture is worth 1,000 words.
Yeah.
It conveys that kind of feeling. So um, and illustrations can like simplify complicated ideas. And sometimes you don't even need words to explain an illustration. You just look at it and you know the feeling that it's giving you.
Yeah.
And I feel like not as an illustrator, but just in general, you should avoid being invisible, because if you are in marketing your art, then no one knows who you are and what you do. So I feel like if you're an illustrator, you should constantly put your work out there and, be visible, be seen.
Oh.
And so in the industry of an illustrator, it's a large spectrum. So there are different types of illustrators. There are editorial illustrators. They basically create images that partner with articles in newspapers and magazines and journals and stuff. So they bring stories to life. Then there are product illustrators. They basically work for like advertising agencies, where they draw a product and it partners up and it goes on brochures and commercial packaging, online products for advertising. Like basically on menus and bakery menus and stuff would have those tiny little illustrations of like a cheesecake or a muffin or something like that. Then there are children's book illustrators. So there are people that only illustrate for like children's book, and they create like something that is more, the artwork like makes it more thought-provoking, and they're all colorful and interesting for kids. So it's more interesting for them to read. Like personally, even I love reading content that has illustrations in it. Otherwise, I find it really boring. And one more is storyboard artists. Storyboard illustrators, they draw like for films, music videos, animated feature films, video games, ad campaigns. So years ago, like we used to make frame by frame illustrations, like by hand. But now, like because there is so much of technology now, we started doing it digitally, which makes it like much more easier for like last minute changes and stuff. So like it's a range from cartoons on TV like Tom and Jerry to animated movies like Frozen and all of those. So which is like a crazy thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, Illustrator is not only like one person who draws, but it's like a whole spectrum.
That's really a cool thing to be.
How do you become one? How do you become an illustrator?
Like it's not, though a degree like is not mandatory to have, but I feel curiosity is something that drives self-learning, which is important. Like you just need a message to and a way to execute it. So there are multiple online platforms. Like if you don't have education in design,
so
there are multiple online platforms.
Do you really need to be a college student, or do you need to go to college for this, or it can be done like via a online course or something?
You can do it by online course also. So like I did 5 years in commercial arts, and I feel like I have learned more as a person. I feel I have learned more while working with people rather than work like actually being in college and being a student and learning from teachers. But like I don't want to say bad about them, but like it feels I've learned more while I was working. So there are a lot of online classes that you can take. Like there is Domestika, there are courses on Skillshare where you can take like a yearly course, and you can learn from there, and you can pick whatever you want. So for example, I wasn't taught animation as such, like After Effects as a software. I wasn't taught that in college, but I kind of learned with people I was working with, and I kind of like YouTubed certain things that I wanted, and it's not necessary basically to have a degree or anything in design.
If I come as a newcomer in this industry, what would you suggest me to do? Like, would you suggest me a college, or like I can go on YouTube and search
I think it's best like at the moment, like college is not possible because we are in 2020. But the best thing to do is go online and sign yourself up for a course that interests you the most, and you can just learn from there. Like there's so many different things you can do in the field of design. So I think that's the best way to like go forward right now. Are you asking like my ideas and all, like how that works? Okay. So basically I feel like all of us, we are set in our own little worldview, and I personally pull out things from ordinary life and create a palette for my illustrations. So it's not like there are times when I just sit down and then I just like think like, okay, now I'll get an idea and I'll work on it, but I can't like sit on it for too long because I need to start working. Otherwise after a point you realize that it's not worth it. So like I feel basic is you start with something like very simple, and then you branch out the ideas. Like you start with a circle and then you branch it out that it can turn into so many other things. And it's important to know that you need to break boundaries, do new things to achieve different results in a way. So to ideate and create constantly and get feedback for that art, and instead of like sitting on something for really long and not doing it later. So that way I feel like there was a couple, like in 2020 when quarantine started and we had to just like stay at home, there were so many things that inspired me from this whole lockdown. So I had done a couple of pieces of art. So one was Crossroads of Love, and there's another one called I'm Right Here. So basically Crossroads of Love is about love, what love looks like in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah.
and it's an illustration that's based on a couple at a crossroad, which is quite symbolic in our times, because it's been a rough road for so many of these couples who are stuck and are away from each other, and it's harder for them to spend time with each other at this point. So it's basically like that illustration was a reminder that love in a pandemic might be hard, but it's still wonderful.
Yeah.
So I feel like I had a lot of ideas that came to me during the pandemic. And yeah, so I feel like design, in a way, it is constrained, it is limited, and but I need to learn to like embrace that limitation, because that's like the foundation of design. And yeah, and I feel like with embracing all of these things that are around us, we might create something very unique.
Yeah. So
So, what kind of challenges do you face as an illustrator, and how do you overcome them?
Illustrator, the first thing is like, having mind blocks with like,
yeah.
that's like the basic first thing. So
Yeah.
having mind blocks is like so bad, because there have been times when I have gone like days and like weeks not being able to do anything, not being inspired, and I try like not to like force myself into it. So I just like sleep it out, or I will listen to music, or I will indulge myself in doing some other kind of art, and like try to like watch movies that may inspire me to make something.
Yeah.
So that is one. And there are times, most of the times there are a lot of people who ask us to collaborate on projects
Yeah.
for exposure, and instead like you can actually be commissioned for it. So I think that's like a big setback. Even in the time of the pandemic, there are a lot of companies who can afford to pay you, but they keep asking you to collaborate for exposure, which I feel for artists who are freelancers are not like, it's not a good thing for them, because they're basically just depending on the money that is given like
Yeah.
with their freelance jobs. So they're depending on that, their livelihood depends on that. So that's really sad. That's a huge setback for artists. And other challenges, I feel like I am too addicted and too comfortable using my Wacom tablet. And like there was a time when it had gotten spoiled, like the pen had gotten spoiled, and I am not used to using the mouse or the trackpad on the laptop.
Yeah.
So I felt so handicapped, like for like a whole week I wasn't able to use it or draw. And I feel like shit, I need to like go back to my basics and draw by hand and do that. But I felt like that was a challenge that I had faced.
So, about talking about generally illustration, so how has it evolved and is going to evolve as an industry in India?
Like in the in this current period of outrage in this whole world, I feel that illustration is used as a medium to convey a message. Like not only through portraits of people and places, but also like through infographics that will make people aware of the issue that is at hand. So like some may be so clear and powerful with that they do not need text attached to it. Like it is a medium to dissent and raise our voices in what we believe in. Like for example, when the whole Black Lives Matter happened, there was so much art around it. The roads were painted in New York, and it's crazy. Like that kind of art speaks to masses. And I feel that's how illustration is going to evolve. Like we're going to be conveying, it's going to be like a huge medium to convey messages and raise our voices and speak in what we believe in. I think that's going to be the future of illustration.
Okay. So that's a very beautiful answer, and I think and I hope that it evolves like that only.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
mean, it's really important
Yeah.
for people to see and understand and feel the things that you're feeling, and I feel like that can be done through art, and I think that's a very powerful tool.
Yeah, and you are one of the person who is doing it.
Yes.
Yeah.